this week has all been about No Man's Sky. And there's kind of a lot to go over. It's definitely been the hype mounting, culminating in the crazy person who paid $1,300 for an early copy, about 10 days early. Again, not sane, not a normal person, should not, maybe not trust this person's opinion, maybe they should be donating money to charity or something if they just have $1,300 lying around. That beside, they played about 30 hours, already got to the center of the universe. That information is out there. I don't know what it is. The footage that they put out themselves is about half an hour of what I saw. I didn't watch it all, but it basically looks like what we've seen before in the IGN videos or whatnot. You're wandering around planets and exploring, and that looks great. Now, the street date, if it wasn't already broken, is super broken now. There was a stream last night. I don't know how long the stream was, at least 8 hours. When I don't know when it started, but I had it on my computer, and I'd look at it every couple hours or so, and it was still going. It was still going. And it might still be going now. I don't know. It was a long-ass stream of this guy, and what I took away from it was there's a lot of menus. You're just spending a lot of time in menus, which I think could be fine. You're crafting. He wasn't quite playing the same way I would. But it's interesting, it's compelling, it's exactly what I expected it to be, and that's what I'm going to go over in the hype section of this. But it's good to see Italy finally out. Next week, finally, we won't have to deal with any of this. Everyone can shut up about it and just calm down a little. This isn't the be-all, end-all game. It's just going to be, hopefully, very exciting. Hopefully these leaks and rumors and a lot of these problems get ironed out. There's been some crashes. I did see a crash while I was watching. We'll see. We'll see what's going on in No Man's Sky Land. But more importantly, we got Pokemon. We have Pokemon to talk about. It seems like this might be a month that every week I've had Pokemon shit to talk about. We didn't get Pokemon Z, but we are getting Z moves in the form of super powerful Pikachu Man. From what I understand, every type has its own move. You can only use this move once per battle. So this sounds to me perfect for finishing off a tough gym or the Elite Four. That's great. That's interesting. I like to see them change things. Not too much. This isn't too much of a change, but good to see them kind of changing things up. Then we move on to these dancing birds, which I don't know if I hate or love. I'm going to go with hate. But this fits with the theme. There are 4 islands. I guess there are 4 islands in this game. I know it's based on Hawaii, or Hawaii if you want to be obnoxious. There's some birds. They're different for each island. There's a ghost bird. I'm down with ghost bird. Or was it a psychic bird? I don't remember. There's too many things, and they all count for one Pokemon, which is going to lead into my next problem with it. But first we got to get a little goofy. This is what we have to deal with. The Alola form of Exeggutor, or whatever. I can never say this Pokemon's name correctly. This is clearly a dildo, though. And it's nice to see Nintendo innovating in an area that they're usually not innovating in. So with this giant Pokemon phallus, we have a nice head at the top of it, nice leafy top, which I think spinning would work really well inside of you. And then we got the 4 coconuts, also great stimulation there, Nintendo. Wonderful job with the innovation and dildo technology that you're doing here. Ridiculous. Then we move on. Shaft, minimal. Interesting choice. Interesting choice, Nintendo. Got the base. You don't want to get that stuck inside you. Okay, it gets larger at the base. You do not want to go to the doctor for that. That's pro move. Pro move, Nintendo. Then we get the little stick on the bottom. We know what that's for, all right? We know what that's for. So it's really nice that they've finally given the female anatomy Pokemon Cloyster. Go look at it. That's your homework. Go look at a Cloyster and tell me it's not a vagina. Go look at it. Just go look at it. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, that's it. Finally, we got the male equivalent in this ridiculous Pokemon. Oh, it's a palm tree. No. I'm an adult. and that is a dildo. Next, Pokemon. But a bunch of different Pokemon have these Alola forms. We got Sandslash, really cool. I'm totally down with it. Sandslash was already awesome, and now it's Ice Sandslash. But I don't. This is my problem with these. Is why aren't these? This is Ninetales. Why aren't these different Pokemon? Right? Why haven't they taken the approach of Eevee? Not to the extent of Eevee, please don't go that crazy. But why can't I have a normal Vulpix, and then if I evolve it on Alola, it becomes crazy Ice Ninetales? Why isn't that the solution to this problem? Instead, it's the same Pokemon Pokedex entry, but it's a different, like, this is a completely different Pokemon. I think this is Ice and Fairy, if I recall correctly. It's very at least Ice. That's completely different than a Fire type. So why isn't it its own Pokemon? Now I have to refer to it as Alola Ninetales or Icy Ninetales or whatever the hell shorthand you want to have for it, instead of being a whole new Pokemon. It just seems weird to me that there's going to be that distinction. Are there a bunch of different extra slots in the Pokedex for this? I don't know how things work, nor am I even going to attempt to try catching them all. I haven't ever. Even when I was a kid, I didn't try to catch them all. So that's just something to me. Why not make it a new one, even if it's the same Pokemon? Make it a new one. The Eevee evolutions are awesome. Everyone loves the evolutions. And then we get the weird dildo stick, man, and we get Ice Ninetales. Why isn't Ice Ninetales its own thing? I don't know. Maybe I'm splitting hairs on it. Maybe I'm overreacting. Well, definitely. Definitely overreacting, because no one should care this much about Pokemon. But remains to be seen. The very interesting things are going on. Hopefully every week for the next 6 years I'll have stupid Pokemon news, because it just seems to happen all the time. Pokemon everywhere. At least this week it wasn't Pokemon Go, and I can sleep quietly at night. With that, let's get right into the first topic of the week. But go look at Cloyster. Go look at Cloyster and go look at one of those biological textbook pictures of a vagina. They're the same thing. Cloyster is a vagina. I know it is. I know it is. Don't lie to me, Nintendo. I know what you're doing.